Well, I feel I came from fairly humble beginnings, growing up in South Carolina. I knew that I just wanted to build a career for myself, as well as increasing my own personal education, and I feel that I've done that. President to come aboard. How are you today? Doing great. Being second in command of a ship of this class and size is just phenomenal. We have about 1,000 people on board, a little bit more than that. That are all dedicated Navy sailors and a few Marine Corps members. And they're all dedicated to operational excellence and making this ship the absolute best that it can be. It's extremely important that this ship runs like a finely tuned machine. Drills are extremely important. The primary drill that we've been running this week is a main space fire drill.
I know this is the third time this week that we run this drill.
Should we have a main space fire where we have our propulsion system and all of our diesel fuels that are highly combustible, our damage control team would be ready to respond.
Everybody have 4,500 bottles. Buddy checks, make sure your straps are stuck in and your flash.
As their executive officer and second in command of this ship, I'm completely responsible for their welfare as well as their own personal and professional development and giving them tools to succeed. We can't make anyone successful, but we can certainly create the path for them to do so.
I was a little bit outside the norm. I took things apart.
Just heads up.
Tried to take my brother's car apart when he didn't ask me to, just to try to figure out and see what things was happening. I love working with my hands. My mother wanted me to be a lawyer and stick behind the books. She just wanted me to do something better with my life because I was heading in the wrong direction. I was rebellious. I just wanted to be functional, be out there and not trapped and experience things. I love working with my hands. I love instructing people to work with their hands and learn the stuff that I've learned. So it makes it easier for them for the mistakes and stuff that I've done.
Right here, this is showing our fire pump status. We got 16 fire pumps online saying, hey, 7 and 5 are tagged out, 14 and 16 are online.
In the military, if you apply yourself and you're there and you have the right spirit and everybody wants to be around you, they want to help you succeed and you want to push forward. My first commission, I went to Japan on the USS Juno. I saw the military from different aspects. As for being in engineering, you're down there, you make sure the ship gets through the water, but with the ship, you need every department to get along, to move, to make it functional, to support the missions assigned. But as in engineering, we are the backbone to ensure that these missions are completed. After my commission, I understood that we are a collective force, and it just became amazing to me that I'm a part of this big environment, and I'm allowed to apply myself.
Well, that's a good training opportunity.
Interacting with all of the people on board is very rewarding, simply because we have folks from all different walks of life, all different ages, and it's easy for us all to get along when we have a pretty common goal. Now, there are people who are tasked to do different things, and everyone has a role on board, but we all come together for a common vision.
Well, we're a casualty receiving treatment ship, so our capabilities on board are actually just secondary to the hospital ships, which are the Comfort and the Mercy. So we have 6 ORs. We've got a fleet surgical team that comes on board when we deploy, and they can do surgeries if need be. So I'm the medical admin officer on board the ship. I'm responsible for 23 hospital corpsmen, and I also am responsible to the senior medical officer, who is the doc on the ship. What it takes to be a good leader is just taking care of your people. I think that's the biggest thing, is just taking care of your people, and they'll take care of you. And I think just being a female too, a female leader, I have a lot of my junior corpsmen, you know, I call them my kids too, that come up to me and tell me about issues that they're having and things like that. I think because I'm a female and because I am a mom, they feel they can relate to me, and they tell me some of the personal things that are happening in their lives. I don't know if they'd necessarily be comfortable telling a male. Sometimes you just gotta let them take care of their situations and their personal issues, because they can't really function at work if you don't. There are some challenges that women face because of the dual hats that we wear as we're working, and you know, some of us are moms, and that in and of itself is really a challenge. But the only thing that's limiting is if you really limit yourself. And I don't really limit myself and say, hey, you know, I can do that too. Or why can't I do that?
Don't give me captain at 18. Busy, I'm busy.
For the most part, there's really no glass ceilings in the military. The only limits are the ones you place on yourself.
First call to colors.
The feeling of getting away from the pier and then taking in all lines and getting the ship on the way is very liberating. And as you head west into the sunset and just see the wonders that have been made out there, it's really something that's invigorating to me. Most sailors just truly like going to sea. Just the peacefulness of being out there, just the freedom of being at sea is quite liberating. I don't have any idea how much farther the path will go, but I'm willing to walk it as long as it's there.
I'm Lieutenant Javon Jackson, Surface Warfare Officer, USS Makin Island.
I'm Lieutenant Jennifer McNabb, and I'm the Medical Division Officer on board USS Makin Island.
My name is Captain Cedric Pringle, Executive Officer, USS Makin Island.